everybody, Tiffany again. So I decided to make another crochet video. I'm trying to do a different camera angle. The last video I rewatched it and it just wasn't all that great, and so I've been playing around with a couple of different things. I've also created a Facebook page called Crochet Not Just for Granny. I am going to be posting my YouTube videos on there and sharing and posting just crochet ideas. Anytime that I do something new or try anything new, make a new blanket or clothing item, I'm going to be posting it on there. So I'm going to do a new tutorial on the same granny square that I posted on the last one. I am actually hoping that this will be a little bit better. So we're going to start with the center and we're going to go around. This is going to be a YouTube blog on teaching yourself how to crochet by using YouTube. So I actually will be learning and reading and trying to do new stitches, and then I will bring that to you so you can have it all in one place on my YouTube channel. So when we get started, you're going to take your yarn. I'm using just Bernat. I think I got it at Meyer. It is a medium number 4 yarn and 5mm hook. So that's what I'm going to use today. And my 5mm hook is an H and it is green, and I've used it so much that it's getting discolored. So when you go ahead and do your slip stitch, your slip knot, you're going to, what I do is I grab my yarn with my pinky and my ring finger and I put it in between, and I loop my hand around so it's over top of the back 3 fingers, and then I hold with my middle finger and my thumb the yarn itself. Okay, this will be for crocheting all together. But to start, you have to wrap it around your ring or your pointer finger once and then twice to get where you have one solid loop around, but this is kind of an open loop, so it's not completely wrapped around your finger. So again, once you have pulled it through your 3, you're going to take the yarn and you're going to wrap it around to where you have 2 laying over top of your finger. Then grab it with your middle finger and your thumb, grab the tail, and you're going to take the back and you're going to take it over top of the front loop. Then you're going to grab that front loop, and then when you pull the front loop over top of, the back loop over top of the front loop, you're going to pull your finger up through, and then when you let go, it creates a slip knot. And basically, you can undo it. So if you take out your finger or your crochet hook and you pull it, the knot goes away. So again, grab your yarn, twist around, go around your finger, grab the back, pull it over, now grab the new back and pull the front up through, and when you let go, pull it tight, and then now you have a loop up here, so you take your crochet hook and you go through the loop, pull it tight. So make sure that your knot is really close, but not too close. So grab your yarn again. Again, I'm holding the tail with my thumb and middle finger, and you're going to chain 6. So when you grab your yarn, you go around and you pull it down through the loop, and that's 1 chain. Then you grab your yarn again, you pull it through the loop, that's 2. Grab your yarn, pull it through 3. Grab your yarn, pull it through 4, grab your yarn, pull it through 5, grab your yarn, pull it through 6. So when you have, I just want to see how I'm doing on the, so when you have a chain, they kind of look like little braids. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like little pairs, little braids. And then when we slip stitch, we're going to go into that very first chain right here at the very top. So you take your needle and you go in right here, okay? So you take your needle, you go in, go in to that first chain, grab your yarn, pull it through, and then now you see you have what you pulled through, and then you're going to pull it through this back loop and pull it through. So now what you've created is a circle. You have a tail, just kind of tuck that behind right now. So you have a circle. We're going to work into that circle. So right now we're going to chain 3. So grab your yarn, pull through the loop 1, grab your yarn, pull through the loop 2, grab your yarn, pull through the loop 3. So this is technically your first double crochet. we're going to do 2 double crochet now into that loop. So when you do a double crochet, you take your yarn and you yarn over, which means that now you have the hook is actually through the loop here, and then you've yarned over, and what you do is, I use my thumb a lot. I know that some people don't do that. They hold their hooks in different ways. This is just how I've always held my hook. I hold it with my back 3 fingers, and my ring finger on this side is always on this flat area. But I use my thumb a lot to hold this kind of together. I don't know, that's just how I've always done it. You might like that, you might not. So when I go into that loop that I created, I grab my yarn and I pull it through. So now I have 3 loops. I'm going to grab my yarn again and I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops. Now I have 2 loops left on my hook, and then I'm going to grab my yarn again and I'm going to pull it through the last 2 loops. So I just made 1 true double crochet. So my chain 3 was 1 double crochet, and then now I have 2 double crochets, so I'm going to make another one. So again, loop over, and then take your yarn, or sorry, take your needle and put it through and grab your yarn and create 3. Grab your yarn again and pull through 2. Grab your yarn again and pull through 2. So you would just have 1 left. You've done 3 double crochet, and now you need to chain 3. So grab your yarn, pull through 1, grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through 3. So now you're going to do 3 double crochet again. So yarn over, go through the loop, pull through your yarn, grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through 3. Do it again. Yarn over, go through the loop, grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through the last 2 loops. Yarn over, go through the loop, and pull through, grab, pull through 2 loops, grab, pull through the last 2 loops. So now you've made 3 double crochet. You're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And see, what you're doing is every time that you chain 3, you're creating a corner. So I have 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 3, then we're going to do it again. So yarn over, go through the loop, pull through, pull through, pull through, yarn over, go through the loop, pull through, pull through, pull through, yarn over, go through the loop, pull through, pull through, pull through, chain 3. If I'm moving too fast, just restart the video and go back to where I was going much slower, and then come back up to where you've learned your double crochets and how to chain your 3, and then we can keep going. So we've done 3 double crochets, groups, and then now we're going to do our last one. So we've chained 3, we're going to do 3 more double crochets, yarn over, go through the loop, pull through, yarn over, go through the loop, pull through, and then chain 3. So this is the last corner, and what we're going to do is, you can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 3 double crochet. So the first double crochet was not a true double crochet, it was a chain 3. So at the very, very top, let's see if we can see this well, at the very top of your chain, we're going to slip stitch right into that chain. So you're going to go in right there, grab your yarn, pull through, and pull through. And then so now you've attached this corner to the beginning, and then we're going to chain 4. So we've always been chaining 3, this time we're going to chain 4. And the reason why is because we need an extra one to skip over this to get over here to this corner. So what we're going to do is, now we're going to come over here and we're going to start working in this corner. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, chain 3, and then in that same space you're going to do another 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to chain 1. So we have a corner, so we're working our corners in our corners. And so when you chain 1, we're skipping over this cluster right here, and we're going over to this corner, and we're going to do that again. You're going to repeat that all the way around. So you're going to do 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, chain 3, go into that same corner and do another 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And so that corner is now done. You chain 1 to be able to skip over to the next corner. So then you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then you'll chain 1 again. And I am chaining my 1. And then I'm going to skip over to my last corner, and it's going to be just a little bit different. So you're going to start out with 3 double crochet, 2 and 3. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to do 2 double crochet, and the reason why is when you chain 4, we're going to go into the third chain. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 chains from where I chained 4. You're going to go into the third chain, okay? So when we go into that third chain right there, we're going to slip stitch. So you take your needle through the third chain, pull through, and pull through. So now on the last row, so we've done row 1, row 2, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to work into the spaces. So we have corners and we have spaces. So this is technically your first double crochet, so we're going to do 2 in this space, not 3, just do 2. That's 1 and 2. Chain 1 because we have to skip over this group. So see how I chain 3? That's technically my first double crochet. That's why I only did 2. Then you chain 1 to skip over the group, and then now you're going to come over and you're going to work a corner. What do we do in the corners? We do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 1. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. It's very repetitive, it's simple, it's once you've learned it, it's like you can do it in your sleep and you just keep going and going and going. And then you make all these little tiny granny squares and you put them together for one big blanket and it's beautiful. So when I am done with my corner, I go to the next space. So I chain 1 and then I put 3 double crochets in every space. So I got my 3 double crochets, I chain 1 to skip over the 3 double crochets, and then I go into the corner. In the corner we do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then go to the next space. That will be 3 double crochet and then chain 1, and then you'll skip over to the corner again. So I have the corner. I'm going to go over to my next space, 3 double crochet. I know I repeat myself a lot when I do this. When I was watching YouTube videos and teaching myself, I felt like the more that they said exactly what they were doing, the more precise that they were about where they put their needle and exactly what stitch. I felt like that was the most helpful in teaching and explaining why they had a different stitching at different rounds. I really liked it when they clarified how to teach yourself, because you know, you can learn anything on YouTube, right? Alright, so I'm coming up to my last corner. I'm going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then I will chain 1 to get to my first group. So I got 3 more double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain. So you had a chain 3, you're going to slip stitch into that first chain, and then you can actually cut your yarn. I don't know if I have scissors. I do. Cut your yarn, and once you've done a slip stitch, once you cut your yarn, you yank out your needle and it'll automatically tie a knot when you pull it tight. How I sew in my tail is I go through the top 2. You can see the top 2 right here. I grab the yarn and I pull it through, and then I come through the back and then I pull the tail through. I go through the front again and I pull the tail through, And then what I do is I go up through all this little cluster down here on the corner. I go through all of that and grab my yarn and pull it through that little cluster. Sometimes it snags a little bit. You just gotta kind of be careful. And then once you pull all that tight, since I put the tail through here, down, and then through here, it's not going to come out. I've never had my granny squares unravel once I've tied it off. And then you just snip off the extra and then cut the little tail off in the back and you have a granny square. So you put it together with your other ones by sewing them or crocheting them together, and I will do that in another tutorial. So I hope this was helpful, and if I can move the camera angle in a different way, I always like the camera angle from being from my point of view so that I can see exactly what she's doing with the hands that are right in front of me. I have always learned that way, so that's how I'm personally going to, but if people want to see it from the forward view, I would be more than happy to do tutorials that way. Have a good day, guys!